In this video, I have explained procedure to find the root of a given equation by using method of false position. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video link with your friends, gain the knowledge and rule the world. Like the video, share the video with your friends and write the comments. Gain the knowledge and rule the world. Subscribe to the channel and make your friends to subscribe to the channel. To find root of an equation by using method of false position, the procedure is they will be giving an equation and they will be giving the intervals in which the roots will be lying. So we need to consider the given equation as f of x. This let f of x is equal to 0 be the given equation, and let us assume that the root lies in the interval x is equal to a and x is equal to b. Find f of a and f of b. This one we get by substituting the value of a and b in the equation f of x. Then the approximate root is given by the formula is x is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. This is the formula to find the root of an equation by using the method of false position. This method is also called as an secant method, and this method is also called as an regular Pauli method. Secant method, regular Pauli method and method of false position mean the same, and the formula is to find the root is x is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. Using the method of false position, find the real root of x square is equal to 25. This much is only given in the question and they have not given the interval. We need to find the interval, and the given equation is x square is equal to 25. This one you need to consider as f of x by taking in an appropriate form. That means converting this one into an appropriate form. So solution, given x square is equal to 25, this one we can write it as x square minus 25 is equal to 0. So this one we consider as f of x, that is f of x is equal to x minus 25. Let f of x is equal to x square minus 25. Given x square is equal to 25, that means taking the square root on both the sides, we get x is equal to 5, that is a plus or minus 5, and here I am considering as plus 5. Taking square root on both the sides, for x square is equal to 25, that means square root of x square and square root of 25, square and square root will cancel. Square root of 25 is equal to 5. Therefore, x is equal to 5. Now, to find the root for this given equation, we have found that x is equal to 5, which is the correct value. But to find that correct value, we need to take the intervals. For that purpose, whatever the given equation is there, consider that as f of x, that is f of x is equal to x square minus 25, and take the interval such a way that for one value we get a positive, for another one when we substitute in f of x you get a negative. For that purpose I am considering 4.5 and 5.5. So first, f of 4.5 is equal to 4.5 square minus 25 is equal to minus 4.75, and this one we get when we substitute 4.5 in the f of x equation, and here you can observe you have got a negative value. And similarly f of 5.5, this one we get when we substitute 5.5 in the f of x equation, that is 5.5 square minus 25 is equal to 5.25, and you can observe here it is a positive. Therefore, we shall consider the root lies between 4.5 and 5.5. We know that by the method of false position, the formula to find the root of a given equation is given by x is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. X is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. Here f of 4.5 we have got a negative, and for f of 5.5 we have got a positive. Therefore consider a is equal to 4.75 and b is equal to 5.5. That means for which you get a negative, that you have to consider as a. For which you get positive, that you have to consider as b. That means when we substitute in f of x, for which value you get negative, that you have to consider as a. For which value when you substitute in f of x, and for that if you get positive, consider that as b. So here, since we have got negative value for 4.5 and positive value for 5.5, we are considering a is equal to 4.5 and b is equal to 5.5. Therefore the root lies between 4.5 and 5.5. Drawing a line at the one end 4.5. For this you have got a negative value, at the other end 5.5. For this you have got a positive value. Now you need to find the root lying between 4.5 and 5.5, the first approximate root. Therefore the first approximate root is given by the formula is x is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. So here a value is 4.5 and b value is 5.5. f of a is minus 4.75 and f of b is 5.25. So substituting those things, we can write x1 is equal to, open the bracket 4.5 into 5.25, close the bracket, minus, again open the bracket, 5.5 into minus 4.75, close the bracket, again close the bracket, divided by f of b minus f of a, that is within the bracket 5.25 minus, open the bracket, minus 4.75, close the bracket. So in the calculator you need to write in this format, open the bracket 4.5 into 5.25, close the bracket, minus, open the bracket, 5.5 into, here use the minus sign which is present in the calculator. We will be having two minus signs, one will be an bigger one, another one will be an smaller one. Use the smaller one, that is the smaller minus sign, 4.75, close the bracket, divided by, open the bracket, 5.25 minus, open the bracket, again the small minus, 4.75, close the bracket, again close the bracket, and upon writing this one in calculator, it will give the answer, and that answer is 4.975. x1 is equal to 4.975. Now find f of 4.975, and this one will be equal to 4.975 square minus 25 is equal to minus 0.12494, which is a negative value, right? And round off this one to an 4 significant digit after the decimal point. Therefore what we can write, f of 4.975 is equal to minus 0.1249, minus 0.1249, because the 4 is a truncating digit which is less than 5. Therefore no need of adding any value to the previous digit. Therefore it will be minus 0.1249. Now the new root you have found between 4.5 and 5.5, and that is 4.975, and for this one you have got a negative value, right? Therefore now the root lies between 4.975 and 5.5. The root lies between 4.975 and 5.5. Drawing it in the paper in a diagrammatical way, we can show this way by drawing a line at the one end 4.975. for this one you have got a negative value, and the other end 5.5. for this one you have got a positive value. Now According to the fundamental property of an root, the root always lies between a positive and a negative. Therefore, the root lies between 4.975 and 5.5. The root is given by, since it is a second approximation, therefore the second approximate root is, and you know the formula, x is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. Here the a value is 4.975 and b value is 5.5. F of a value is minus 0.2494 and f of b value is 5.25. So therefore x2 is equal to, open the bracket 4.975 into 5.25, close the bracket, minus, open the bracket, 5.5 into minus 0.2494, close the bracket, again close the bracket, divided by, open the bracket, 5.25 minus, open the bracket, minus 0.2494, close the bracket, again close the bracket. In the calculator, write in this way, open the bracket, 4.975 into 5.25, close the bracket, minus, open the bracket, 5.5 into, here write the small minus sign, that means use the small minus sign which is present in the calculator, minus 0.2494, close the bracket, again close the bracket, divided by, open the bracket, 5.25 minus, open the bracket, minus 0.2494, close the bracket, again close the bracket. So this will give the answer, and that answer is x2 is equal to 4.9988, which is after rounding off to an 4 significant digit after the decimal point. Now find f of 4.9988, and this is equal to 4.9988 square minus 25 is equal to minus 0.012. So you can observe it is coming nearer to 0. That means the value which we have found now, it is almost coming to 0. Now this one, that is for 4.9988, you have got minus 0.012, which is a negative. So you have found a new root between 4.975 and 5.5, and that new root is 4.9988. For this one you have got a negative value, therefore the root lies between 4.9988 and 5.5. The root lies between 4.9988 and 5.5. The root is lying between 4.9988 and 5.5, because for 4.9988 we have got f of 4.9988 as a negative, and for 5.5, that is f of 5.5, we have got a positive value. Therefore the root lies between 4.9988 and 5.5. Representing it diagrammatically, draw a line at the one end 4.9988, for this one a negative, at the other end 5.5, for this you have got a positive value. Now the third approximate root is, the formula is x is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. Here the a is 4.9988, for which you get a negative value when we substitute in f of x, that you have to consider as a, and b is 5.5, and f of a is minus 0.012, f of b is 5.25. Therefore x3 is equal to, open the bracket, 4.9988 into 5.25, close the bracket, minus 5.5 into minus 0.012, close the bracket, again close the bracket, divided by, open the bracket, 5.25 minus, open the bracket, minus 0.012, close the bracket, again close the bracket. In the calculator, that is in a scientific calculator, you can calculate this one by writing in this way, open the bracket, 4.9988 into 5.25, close the bracket, minus, open the bracket, 5.5 into minus, here the small minus sign which is present in the calculator, that one you have to use 0.012, close the bracket, again close the bracket, divided by, open the bracket, 5.25 minus, open the bracket, minus, so here it is a small minus sign, 0.012, close the bracket, again close the bracket. You will get the answer as 4.9999. This one we get after rounding off to 4 significant digit after the decimal point. That means after the decimal point you need to consider 4 significant digits. After rounding off you get x3 is equal to 4.9999, and now find f of 4.9999. This will be equal to 4.9999 square minus 25 is equal to minus 0.0010. That means again it is approaching nearer to the root of the given equation. A new root 4.9999. For that you have got a negative value. Therefore now the root lies between 4.9999 and 5.5. The root lies between 4.9999 and 5.5. This one represented diagrammatically. Draw a line and the one end 4.9999. For this you have a negative value. At the other end 5.5. For this you have a positive value. Now the root is lying between 4.9999 and 5.5 because it is the fundamental property that root always lies between a negative and a positive value of f of x. It means if there exist two values a and b such that f of a and f of b will be having an opposite signs, then there exists at least one real root between a and b. According to that 4.9999 and 5.5, the root exists, and that root now it is a fourth approximation. Therefore fourth approximate root is, and the formula is x is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. So here a value is 4.9999 and f of a is minus 0.0010, b is 5.5, f of b is 5.25. Therefore we can write x4 is equal to open the bracket 4.9999 into 5.25, close the bracket, open the bracket, minus 5.5 into minus 0.0010, close the bracket, again close the bracket, divided by open the bracket 5.25 minus open the bracket minus 0.0010, close the bracket, again close the bracket. In the calculator you can write in this format: open the bracket 4.9999 into 5.25, close the bracket, minus open the bracket 5.5 into minus. So here this minus is a small minus sign which is present in the calculator. 0.0010, close the bracket, again close the bracket, divided by f of b minus f of a. F of b is 5.25, that is open the bracket 5.25 minus close the bracket, open the bracket, again the small minus sign, f of a value is minus 0.0010, close the bracket, again close the bracket. This will give the answer as x4 is equal to 4.9999, that is the 5 nines. So as I told, you need to consider up to 4 digits after the decimal point. Now you need to truncate the fifth digit. The fifth digit after the decimal point is 9, which is greater than 5. You need to add 1 to the previous digit. Previous digit is 9. Therefore we add 1. It will become 10. 1 carry. Again we add 1 there to the previous digit. Again 10. We again add that 1 to the previous digit. Again it is a 9. So again it will become 9 plus 1, 10. Again we add 1 to the previous digit. Again 9 plus 1, 10. And again we add that 1 to the next one, that is for 4. Now this 4 becomes 5. Therefore x4 will be equal to 5.0000. Therefore now when we substitute this value is the 5.000, you already know f of x is equal to x square minus 25. So 5 square is 25, 25 minus 25 is equal to 0. This we have found, that is the exact root is 5. Now we have got that particular root. Therefore the root for the given equation x square is equal to 25 is 5. This is the way how we need to find the root of an equation by using method of false position. The secant method, it is also called as an regular falsi method. Method of false position, secant method and regular falsi method. All these are the same, and this is the procedure or the way to find the root of a given equation, and whatever the root we get will be an approximate root, whereas in this particular case we have got an exact root. Means you need to find it up to the point where the decimal digits which we are going to get, that up to 4 or 3 digits it should be same, or else one thing remember, when we substitute that value in an f of x, it should always reach to a 0. It means nearly 0. Until you get 3 zeros, you should do on doing the iterations. In case of a regular falsi method, method of false position, and in secant method, you will getting the root. That means the approximate root you will get within 4th to 5th step. Maximum 4th to 5th step you will get the answer. Whereas in case of bisection method, you will be getting the value at 9th, even 11th step. The iteration might take up to 11th step also. Whereas in case of an regular falsi secant method or the method of false position, you will be getting the root at maximum 5th iteration. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video link with your friends, gain the knowledge and rule the world.